So, Islander issue 4 is out, and the subject of the issue is really fascinating. It is kind of dark, and it's about those kind of people who aren't really bearers of a great civilization. History happens to other people for them. And so they are living life at the sort of zoological level, doing the most bare minimum things, and living in the most archaic of ways, as civilization grows and progresses and declines around them. And it's a really fascinating topic, and I've found a really scary example of it. And you're not gonna believe me, right? You're not gonna believe me, but I swear to God it's true. Anyway, go and get the latest issue. Link in the description. It's amazing. Articles by me, Morgoth, and various other people like Ed Dutton. Loads of all your faves, right? So go get that now and help support us, because I'm about to play you a video that you're not going to believe is real.
If we intend to generate a measurement of witchcraft presence by reason of spiritual resistance, then I can conclusively say that London is stronger in witchcraft than most of the cities of Africa. And the more I prayed, the more my prayers bounced back. I prayed for 2 hours, my prayers were bouncing back. Prayed for 3 hours, 4 hours. I got a little breakthrough at the 12-hour mark. From that time, I began to sense a cry in the spirit. And many times when I minister on platforms in this nation, I see that fire coming down. I see it coming down. His hand is so stretched forth over the United Kingdom right now.
London is stronger in witchcraft than most African countries, apparently. Most African countries, not cities. Entire countries. London is stronger in witchcraft. What do you make of that? I mean, he's walking around London as like the relics of a great empire there. There's the statue of Nelson. There's the vast buildings that used to be international consulates and various other ministries of regions of the world where we would administer and make sure that that everything was run as it ought to have been run. And this guy, none of that makes an impression on him. None of that. 100% pure Fellaheen. It's like, yeah, no, the spirits are speaking to me in London. It's more powerful in London than it is anywhere else. And again, I've said this over and over and over, but these people are just not like us, and you really do not understand them. Because there is a real issue in Britain of children being sacrificed for rituals, for witchcraft. Now, as you can see, this article's from 2005, but don't think that this is ancient history. This gives us a great rundown before The Guardian was like, okay, no, we're really woke, actually. I mean, they've always been left-wing, but they at least had some grasp on reality. But anyway, a number of children are being trafficked from Africa and then used in ritualistic abuse and sacrifice offerings in the UK, according to a leaked report from the Metropolitan Police. I love the way that this has to be leaked, right? As in, they don't want you to know that this is what these people are like. No, this has to get leaked, right? The confidential report, which was leaked to the BBC, means police have discovered what has been known for years, African community activists say. Many trafficked children suffer abuse at the hands of relatives and guardians, such as a 10-year-old girl known as Child B, whose aunt and 2 other adults were convicted this month for torturing her after the girl was branded a witch by church leaders. Others, such as Victoria Climbier and an unidentified boy called Adam, whose torso was found floating in the Thames, end up dead. The BBC... I'm just reading this verbatim because... what can you say, right? What can you say to this? The BBC reported that the latest investigation by the Met into child trafficking from Africa alleges that these children are being beaten and murdered because they are believed to be possessed by evil spirits. Other alleged uses for the children include domestic slaves and for sexual purposes, including being forced to have sex with men with HIV who believe sex with a virgin will cure the disease. This is still a prevalent belief in Africa, by the way. It's just mad. Again, civilization is something that happens to other people for these. Because honestly, it's mad. It's mad. It's not funny, but it's crazy to read because it's just like, how could this be real? How can this be the way? What is happening in Britain these days? So the report was launched in response to the death of Victoria Climbier, the 8-year-old girl who died from the abuse. To gather information, Community Partnership conducted a survey of 10 months in the London boroughs of Newham and Hackney. And remember, that's Diane Abbott's constituency. She was probably the MP for Hackney back then. In an effort to engage with the African and Asian communities, workshops were held, etc., etc. Sections from the study included, people who are desperate will seek out witchcraft experts to cast spells for them. Wouldn't we call them witches? Thought we were against witches. Members of the workshop stated that for a spell to be powerful, it required a sacrifice involving a male child unblemished by circumcision. Just madness, absolute pure third world madness, and this is happening in London. It's been happening in London for decades as well, by the way. They allege that the boy children are trafficked into the UK for this purpose. Specific details were not forthcoming as the belief that they would be dead meat if they tell you any more. Oh, I bet they bloody would. Apparently it's a lucrative business from African churches, and it reveals that church pastors identify children as witches, who then go on to be the targets of ritualistic abuse. Absolutely mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. And yet, it's happening in England in the year of our Lord 2025. And again, I know this was from 20 years ago, but trust me, we'll get to it in a minute. The number of pastors who maintain that God speaks to them and lets them know when someone is possessed. Oh, I believe them. I just totally believe them. After much debate, they acknowledge that the children labelled as possessed are in danger of being beaten by their families. However, they would not accept that they played a major role in inciting such violence. A Met spokeswoman said, well, this is fucked up, isn't it? Like, just, Jesus Christ, what are we going to do? Well, what's the plan? What is the fucking plan, man? So anyway, there's something called the Amber Project. And this is from 2021, this particular presentation. So as you can see, like nearly 20 years later, this is still an issue that they're dealing with. So this is a various selection of experts in the Met who are like, shit, this is a problem. And this is just, witchcraft and spirit possession are normal beliefs and practices found in many religions and cultures around the world. So, okay? They just believe in witchcraft. Like all beliefs, they can use positively or negatively. Only in extreme cases are they deployed to harm others. Oh, that's okay then. The beliefs and practices are not a problem, but the abuse is. Okay, I'm not saying that it's intrinsically a problem if someone believes in witchcraft. But, I mean, they're just not like us, are they? And it is multiculturalism that has brought this in, so now we have to deal with this absolute nonsense. Like, we didn't have to worry about witchcraft. When was it? Matthew Hopkins, the Witchfinder General, like 1635 or something. We didn't have to worry about this for hundreds of years. And even in his own day, right, people were like, wow, you are finding a lot of witches, and you were being paid by the witch. Starting to think that maybe all of these women actually weren't witches. And that trend died out quite soon. Like in medieval Europe, like magic and witchcraft had its heyday in like the 16th and 17th centuries. Like it wasn't actually an ancient phenomenon. It was actually something that was surprisingly modern, actually. Anyway, as you can see, they're like providing training on abuse linked to witchcraft and spirit possession and promote best practices against it. So this is mad, right? This is mad, and it would be better if this just wasn't our problem. I mean, there are lots of examples. So here's one from 2012. Witchcraft murder. A couple jailed for killing Christy Bamu. Right? This is just awful. This is just awful, awful, awful. So Christy Bamu and 4 of his siblings were visiting his sister when he was killed. He was drowned in a bath in an exorcism in their flat in Newham in East London on Christmas Day in 2010 after days of torture. It's so awful. It's so awful. The ordeal the children were subjected to almost passes belief. The defense of the guy doing it is that he had brain damage and believed he was a witch. Judge added, the belief in witchcraft, however genuine, cannot excuse assault to another person, let alone the killing of another human being. No kidding. Like, the belief in witchcraft, I mean, we just don't understand them, right? We just don't understand them. And so, like, it's just really awful. Basically, they were trying to force him to admit that he was a witch. Christy was visiting the couple from Paris for Christmas along with his siblings, who were attacked by the couple after Bikubi accused him of bringing kindoki or witchcraft into his home. He beat all of them and forced the children to join him with the attacks. Just awful. Just awful. At one point, he told them to jump out of the window to see if they could fly. Like, this is deranged. This is deranged psycho shit. And it's just happening in London. It's just this is what happens in London. Right? The kid asked for forgiveness again and again, but the wife did nothing. And I mean, this is just mad. This is just mad, and it's just awful. And I hate everything about it. And this happened to this chap here, and this is from March this year. This guy was accused when he was 10 of bringing Kindoki, which again, witchcraft, into the home, and he was blamed for the deaths of a mother and a baby sister. You killed your mother. Admit you're a witch. Tears run down the face of 10-year-old Marduk Yembi as a pastor bellows at him in his North London home. Why is this here? Why is this here? I mean, I don't care if they want to be total insane savages in Africa. I just don't care. Not my problem. They can go. They can do whatever the hell they like. They wanted decolonization. They wanted to enter the empire. They got what they wanted. Why is it here? Don't lie, don't lie, don't lie, the pastor says repeatedly. Surrounded by relatives pleading with him to admit it, he finally broke down and cried, "I'm a witch." Like, this is just awful. This is just awful. And this guy's from the Democratic Republic of Congo. And the point, I think, is made well enough now, though. They don't leave their barbaric beliefs at home. They don't leave these beliefs in Africa. And they don't suddenly become Western liberals. They don't suddenly, the magic soil hasn't taken effect. And this is costing lives. And this is something we have to deal with in Britain in 2025. Like, sorry, this is mental. And honestly, why would we want these people in our country? Like, is this the GDP? Am I looking at GDP? Like, magically springing out of the earth? I shouldn't say magically, because I don't want to be killed for witchcraft. But it's like, this is not what the kind of country I want to live in. Right? I don't want the sort of people who believe in witchcraft being allowed to just be at leisure in my country. What if they decide that my kids are witches? For God only knows what bonkers reasons that they have, and they kidnap them and torture them to death. Like, what the hell do I do? Like, what is my recourse were that to happen to me and my kids? Why is this a risk that I have to live with in England in 2025? I'm so sick of this, man. But anyway, so, I mean, I could go on, but I think you get the point. You don't know what they're bringing with them from the old world. And we're not even getting into, like, honor killings and into the rape gangs, all that sort of stuff, and how these things are situated in the cultures themselves as part of their cultural background and beliefs, right? We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about things from people who are purported to be Christians. Sorry, I'm just... this is mad. And I find it really, really vile as well. Really vile. Anyway, as I said, go and get Islander 4. The link is in the description. It is, of course, the best issue yet. It is actually superb. Essays from myself, Ed Dutton, Morgoth, Luca. Luca has actually done one on Sauron in his Marshals of Middle-earth series, which I thought was quite controversial, but it is an excellent article, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot.